You're listening to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcast on protecting businesses' trade secrets.
Industrial espionage is a growing problem in the EU. To allow companies to better protect their trade secrets and be compensated when confidential information is stolen, the EU is working out new common rules to harmonise the fight against corporate espionage. A legislative report on the protection of trade secrets against their unlawful acquisition, use and disclosure will be debated and voted on by MEPs during the April plenary session in Strasbourg.
The theft of business secrets is an increasingly widespread problem in the EU. According to the European Commission, 1 in 4 European companies has had vital information stolen at least once in 2013, compared to less than 1 in 5 in 2012. But what is a trade secret?
Well, one of the main problems is that there is no common European definition of what a trade secret actually is, and member states ensure different levels of protection. This in turn hampers business and research cooperation across borders, limiting the potential of the EU single market.
SMEs and startups rely more heavily on confidentiality because they don't have enough resources to protect their inventions with patents or other intellectual property rights and are especially vulnerable to these illegal practices. So how does the EU intend to solve this problem?
In November 2013, the European Commission proposed a directive which finally gives a common definition of what constitutes a business secret. The new rules also oblige member states to ensure that victims will be able to defend their rights in court and seek compensation.
But the initial text was torn between the protection of trade secrets on the one hand and the right to information and media freedom on the other. So the European Parliament's Legal Affairs Committee introduced safeguards to protect journalists and their sources, as well as whistleblowers.
So, the sanctions specified in the directive will not be applied if the trade secret was acquired or disclosed to exercise the right to freedom of expression and information, which is guaranteed by the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights, or to reveal misconduct or other illegal activities to protect the general public interest or any other legitimate interest recognised by EU or national law.
But what about an employee with confidential information wanting to change jobs?
Well, the Parliament's Legal Affairs Committee also managed to clarify the text so the employee's rights to change jobs won't be restricted as long as the information was acquired honestly by the employee as part of his or her experience and skills.
So what are the next steps, if we're allowed to know?
Yes, this is no business secret. The Legal Affairs Committee endorsed the compromise text in January 2016, but now it has to be voted on by Parliament as a whole during the April plenary session in Strasbourg.
You're listening to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcasts.